There are moments when the heart begins to notice changes, long before the truth fully reveals itself. You may have felt the emotional distance growing quietly, sensed a heaviness in conversations, or noticed that the warmth and openness you once shared no longer felt the same. Even when words were exchanged, something deeper seemed missing, leaving you carrying unanswered questions and a quiet ache you could not fully explain. You tried to believe things would improve with time, because love often encourages us to hold on to hope longer than we should. You convinced yourself that patience, understanding, and loyalty could heal what felt broken beneath the surface. But deep down, part of you already knew something important was being hidden. Sometimes people begin withdrawing emotionally when they are avoiding truths they are not ready to face themselves. Fear, guilt, confusion, or personal struggles can slowly create secrecy and emotional distance, even in relationships that once felt deeply connected. What you sensed was not weakness or imagination. Your intuition was responding to shifts that your heart recognized before your mind wanted to accept them. However, it is important not to let fear turn uncertainty into assumptions of darkness or harm. The truth behind someone's silence is often more human and emotionally complicated than our fears first imagine. As clarity slowly arrives, you are being guided not toward destruction, but toward understanding, emotional honesty, and self-protection. Whatever has been hidden will eventually lose its power once it is brought into the light of truth. And no matter what is revealed, your peace, self-worth, and emotional well-being deserve to remain protected. This moment is not about fear taking over your life. It is about finally seeing situations clearly enough to stop ignoring your own intuition and begin choosing the honesty, respect, and emotional safety your heart has needed all along. Not impulsive, not emotional, but planned. Your soulmate has been speaking to someone in secret, someone they should never have gone to, someone who is being instructed against you, someone who does not know your heart but is being prepared to attack your life. My child, your soulmate is hiring a lawyer, not for justice, not for protection, but for betrayal, for theft, for manipulation, for a plan that carries your name in the wrong place. But listen to me, my child, you are not hearing this to fear. You are hearing this to awaken. You are hearing this because you deserve to know the truth before the world uses it to hurt you. You have loved this person deeply. You gave them trust. You opened your heart. You shared your time, your emotions, your energy, your dreams. You stood by them in moments when they couldn't even stand by themselves. You forgave their mistakes. You overlooked their flaws. You hoped your goodness would heal their wounds. But my child, sometimes your love cannot fix the darkness someone refuses to let go of. Sometimes your heart is not the cure for someone's greed. Sometimes your loyalty cannot protect someone from their own shadowed intentions. Your soulmate has been moving differently. They have been seeking advice from the wrong people. They have been influenced by voices that do not want to see you rise. They have been making decisions driven by fear, jealousy, insecurity, and the desire to control what belongs to you. My child, they are not only trying to take something physical, they are trying to take something spiritual. Your peace, your authority, your balance, your stability, your inner light. And so, they reached out to a lawyer. They described you in a twisted way. They shared a story that is not the truth. They asked for guidance on how to claim something that is not theirs. They began to form a case, a false narrative, a manipulated plan, a legal trap. You felt the tension. You felt the unknown pressure. You felt something was wrong but didn't know what it was. Your spirit sensed the danger long before your mind understood it. My child, the reason I am speaking to you today is because this plan was about to move forward. It was reaching the point where consequences could have touched you. It was reaching the stage where signatures, decisions, and papers would have been involved. It was reaching a moment where you might have been blindsided, and I could not allow that. I will not allow my child to be ambushed. So I bring you this revelation, not to break your heart but to protect it, not to punish but to warn, not to make you fear but to prepare you, not to destroy your faith but to strengthen it. My child, you must understand something important. I never expose unless I am ready to replace. I never reveal darkness unless I am preparing you for greater light. I never uncover betrayal unless I am positioning you for a blessing that no one will ever be able to steal again. Everything hidden is coming to the surface now. Every lie, every intention, every secret message, every whispered plan, I am bringing it to the light. Your soulmate's mask is falling. Their pretense is slipping. Their actions can no longer hide behind sweet words or empty promises. I am removing the veil from your eyes. You may ask me, God, why now? Why today? Why this message? Because, my child, the timing is divine. The danger was near. The trap was close. The decision was almost made. And I, your God, stepped in right before the moment of damage. I stepped in to interrupt what the enemy thought would succeed. I stepped in to collapse the plan before it touched your destiny. My child, listen carefully. You are not the one who should be afraid. They should fear the moment I intervene. They should fear the moment I rise to defend you. They should fear the moment I expose truth. Your soulmate believed they could outsmart destiny. They believed their deception would stay hidden. They believed their plan would remain unseen. But I am God. Nothing escapes my sight. No intention hides from me. No heart stays invisible to me. You have cried for clarity. You have begged for answers. You have asked me why things feel different, why their energy shifted, why your soul feels unsettled. This is the answer. This is the truth. This is what your spirit has been sensing. My child, you are not alone. Heaven stands around you. Angels are guarding you. Your destiny is protected. Your blessings are secured. Your future cannot be stolen. What they planned will collapse. What they tried to take will be restored. What they attempted to harm will become the very thing I used to elevate you. You will not lose. You will not break. You will not fall into this trap. For I am your shield. I am your defender. Take a moment to breathe and allow yourself to feel grounded in the present instead of trapped inside fear or uncertainty. Whatever truths are beginning to surface in your life are not meant to destroy your peace, but to help you finally see situations with honesty and clarity. Sometimes relationships begin changing quietly, long before obvious actions reveal what is happening beneath the surface. Emotional distance often starts in small ways, through unresolved struggles, avoidance, disconnection, or feelings people are unwilling to confront openly. Your soulmate's heart may have been drifting emotionally long before you fully recognized the signs, and your intuition sensed those shifts even while you tried to hold on to hope. That does not mean you were foolish for loving deeply. It means you believed in the connection and wanted to protect it. However, real love cannot survive where honesty is missing for too long. As more truth comes into the light, you are being guided away from confusion and toward emotional freedom. The goal is not to fill your heart with fear or convince you that darkness surrounds every painful experience. The goal is to help you release illusions that kept you attached to uncertainty, silence, or emotional inconsistency. People do not usually wake up and suddenly become distant without deeper struggles shaping their behavior over time. Unhealed wounds, fear of vulnerability, emotional immaturity, or unresolved pain can slowly pull someone away from the connection they once wanted to protect. Understanding this may hurt at first, but it can also free you from blaming yourself for changes you could never fully control. You are not being asked to carry another person's emotional battles anymore. You are being encouraged to choose truth, self-respect, emotional safety, and peace moving forward. Whatever unfolds next, trust that clarity is helping you step out of confusion and into a healthier, stronger, and more grounded version of yourself. Before the lawyer, before the plan, before the lies, there was a shift, a spiritual shift, a dangerous shift. Their heart began to darken slowly. Their soul began to listen to voices that were not mine. They became vulnerable to jealousy. They became open to greed. They became influenced by people who fed their insecurities. They became attracted to shortcuts, to control, to power. My child, someone whispered into their mind that they deserved more than you. Someone told them they could gain something valuable if they distanced themselves from you. Someone planted seeds of doubt, resentment, fear, and comparison. Someone convinced them that taking from you was justified. But it wasn't just a person. It was an energy, a darkness, a spiritual force drawn to their weaknesses, a negative pull that fed on their envy, their impatience, their desire to be superior, their need to feel in control. They began to see your blessings as threats. They began to see your stability as competition. They began to see your goodness as something they could manipulate. They began to see your love as an opportunity, not a gift. And so, their heart changed, slowly, silently, dangerously. You felt it. You kept asking yourself, why do they feel different? Why is their heart colder? Why are they treating me like I'm the enemy? You blamed yourself. You tried harder. You gave even more love. You stayed patient. You forgave faster. You held the relationship together with your bare hands while they let go with theirs. My beloved child, you were fighting for something they had already destroyed in their heart. They had already made their decision long before you saw the signs. They had already chosen themselves. They had already chosen the darkness whispering to them. They had already chosen the path that leads away from you and toward their own downfall. Your soulmate spirit fell into temptation. They became blinded by things of the world. They stopped valuing the sacred. They stopped appreciating loyalty. They stopped recognizing the purity of your heart. And once the heart disconnects, the actions follow. Once darkness enters a person's mind, betrayal becomes possible. Once greed enters a soul, love becomes small. Your soulmate wanted something that was not theirs. They wanted a shortcut to a future they did not build. They wanted to own something that you earned with pain, patience, prayers, and effort. They wanted to take advantage of your goodness, your trust, your silence, and your vulnerability. So they planned. And when they planned, I observed. And when they moved, I intervened. And when they whispered lies, I prepared truth. And when they called the lawyer, I delayed every step. And when they tried to push forward, I closed every door. My child, you must understand the spiritual reason behind this betrayal. Your elevation is near. Your breakthrough is close. Your destiny is shifting. Your life is entering a new chapter. Your spirit is rising higher. Your blessings are multiplying, and when a soul is about to rise, someone around them tries to pull them down, someone tries to drain them, someone tries to steal what was never meant for them. Someone tries to block their path by creating emotional and spiritual chaos. Your soulmate became that person, not because you deserved it, not because you were wrong, but because they were not meant to walk with you into the next chapter. Their spirit could not survive the altitude you are rising into. Their character could not handle the blessings coming to you. Their heart was not strong enough to support your purpose. Instead of celebrating you, they envied you. Instead of protecting you, they plotted against you. Instead of growing with you, they chose the darkness that kept them small. My beloved child, do not confuse this with destiny. This betrayal was not destiny, it was exposure. It was revelation. It was divine protection in the form of heartbreak. If they had stayed with you, they would have destroyed you slowly. If they had gained access to your future, they would have drained it. If they had succeeded in their plan, they would have taken from you what I have been preparing to multiply. This betrayal is not a punishment. It is a rescue. It is redemption. It is freedom. Now let me show you something deeper. When they decided to hire the lawyer, it was not a moment of strength. It was a moment of spiritual weakness. Their actions were driven by confusion. Their decisions were driven by pressure. Their mind was clouded by negative influence. They did not only betray you, they betrayed themselves. They betrayed their own soul. They betrayed the love you kept giving them. They betrayed the future I could have given them through you. Their spiritual energy is collapsing now. Their plans are shaking. Their confidence is dissolving. Their intentions are turning against them. Every step they take against you brings consequences closer. Every lie they speak places burden upon their own path. Every secret plan they form becomes a trap for themselves. You do not need to fight them. You do not need revenge. You do not need anger. You do not need to beg, fear, or break. I, your God, am already fighting for you. I am already dismantling their plans. I am already confusing their strategies. I am already exposing their intentions. I am already protecting everything connected to your name. Your soulmate will face the weight of their choices. Their heart is already restless. Even during the moments when you felt emotionally overwhelmed, uncertain, or deeply hurt, you were never as alone or powerless as you believed. The confusion surrounding this connection may have shaken your trust and left you questioning your instincts. But every difficult experience was slowly guiding you toward greater awareness, emotional strength, and self-protection. Sometimes when people act from fear, dishonesty, or unresolved pain, their own inner stability begins to collapse long before the consequences become visible on the outside. Choices rooted in emotional darkness, manipulation, or betrayal eventually create turmoil within the person making them. That turmoil is not your burden to carry anymore. What matters now is that you are beginning to see situations more clearly, and clarity has the power to free you from cycles that once kept you emotionally trapped. The truth unfolding in your life is not meant to leave you fearful or consumed by anger. It is meant to remind you that genuine love should never require constant suffering, confusion, or self-sacrifice at the expense of your peace. Even when you trusted the wrong person, or remained loyal while facing emotional distance, your strength never disappeared. You continued showing up with sincerity, compassion, and hope, and those qualities remain valuable no matter how someone else behaved. As hidden truths rise to the surface, unhealthy patterns and false illusions begin losing their power over you. The emotional weight that once surrounded your heart is slowly being replaced by understanding, wisdom, and a stronger sense of self-worth. You are stepping into a chapter where protection no longer means enduring pain silently, but recognizing your value clearly enough to choose honesty, emotional safety, and healthier connections moving forward. What once felt like darkness closing around you may ultimately become the very experience that teaches you how deeply deserving you are of peace, truth, and relationships built on genuine trust instead of uncertainty. My beloved child, I intervened long before you even felt the first warning. I stepped in before the deception matured. I placed barriers before their plan could take shape. I put my hand between you and the damage. Let me show you how I protected you. My child, every time they tried to collect information to use against you, something stopped them. A distraction, a delay, a confusion, a sudden change in conversation, a moment of hesitation. That wasn't coincidence. That was me. Every time they tried to feed their lawyer a lie about you, their words came out half-formed. The story sounded weaker. The argument didn't make sense. The energy felt wrong. Their confidence cracked. That wasn't luck. That was me. Every document they wanted to prepare, every message they drafted, every plan they wanted to push forward, it fell apart in their hands. That wasn't an accident. That was me. My beloved child, you must understand this deeply. I never let evil progress when it is directed at my chosen one. Not when the intention is born. Not when the plan is forming. Not when the first step is taken. Not even when it reaches the edge of manifestation. I interrupt. I block. I collapse. I expose. Your soulmate's plan was built on lies, and lies cannot survive in my presence. Their plan was built on manipulation, and manipulation cannot stand against my truth. Their plan was built on greed, and greed cannot overpower my justice. My beloved child, I am not only exposing their darkness, I am dismantling their influence. I am dissolving their access to your blessings. I am removing their control over your path. Let me show you how this is happening spiritually right now. Your soulmate feels instability. They feel something slipping from their hands. They feel their confidence fading. They feel the energy shifting against them. They don't know why. They don't understand what is happening. They can't explain the delays. They can't explain the lack of progress. They can't explain why things are not lining up. But you know, my child, because I revealed it to you, heaven is resisting them. Heaven is blocking them. Heaven is shutting every door they try to open. Their lawyer is also experiencing confusion. Their energy feels uncomfortable. Their intuition is warning them that something about this case is wrong. They feel spiritual pressure they cannot explain. They feel hesitation they cannot push through. Even they do not know what is happening, but you know, my presence is creating that resistance. My beloved child, the more they push, the more I push back. The deeper their plan goes, the more I expose. The more they try to harm you secretly, the more I bring it openly to the surface. There is not a single step they have taken that I have not seen. Not a single message I have not heard. Not a single intention I have not blocked. Now hear me carefully. This next part is something you must understand with all your heart. I allowed you to see their betrayal, not to break your heart, but to break the spiritual tie that kept you bound to them. You kept loving them. You kept forgiving them. You kept hoping they would change. You kept believing the best. You kept trusting the goodness inside them. But I saw the truth, and I knew that if I did not expose this, you would continue carrying someone who was never meant to be part of your destiny. This betrayal is not your ending. It is your liberation. This exposure is not your pain. It is your protection. This revelation is not your loss. It is your rescue. Your soulmate cannot take what I have given you. Your soulmate cannot steal what is written in your destiny. Your soulmate cannot stop what I am preparing for you. Your soulmate cannot destroy what heaven is building. They thought they were moving wisely. They thought they had the advantage. They thought they understood how to manipulate the situation. There comes a moment in every painful journey when hidden truths can no longer remain buried, and slowly, everything that once felt confusing begins revealing itself with greater clarity. You may have spent a long time doubting your instincts, questioning your perceptions, or trying to convince yourself that the emotional distance and inconsistency were not as serious as they felt. But deep inside, your heart already knew something was changing. The truth has a way of surfacing eventually. No matter how carefully people try to hide their actions, intentions, or emotional struggles, what once seemed hidden behind excuses, silence, or mixed signals is now beginning to lose its power over you. As this happens, you are being guided out of confusion and into a stronger sense of emotional awareness and self-respect. The pain you experienced was real, and the betrayal or dishonesty you sensed may have left deep emotional wounds, but those experiences do not define your worth or your future. Often, people who act from fear, manipulation, or selfishness eventually become trapped by the consequences of their own choices. Their instability, dishonesty, or avoidance creates emotional chaos in their own lives long before justice becomes visible to others. You do not need revenge or bitterness to heal from what happened. The greatest form of justice is reaching a place where another person's actions no longer control your peace, confidence, or sense of identity. Slowly, the emotional weight you carried is beginning to lift. Your spirit is becoming stronger, your perspective clearer, and your future less tied to the confusion of the past. Even after walking through heartbreak, disappointment, and emotional exhaustion, you are still standing with compassion, resilience, and hope inside you. That strength will guide you toward healthier relationships, deeper peace, and a life no longer built around fear, uncertainty, or emotional betrayal, but around honesty, stability, and genuine connection. And now, I am here to lift that pain off your shoulders. I am here to remove your fear. I am here to end the darkness that tried to follow you. My child, listen to me slowly. Every word I speak now is for your healing. Every word is meant to seal this chapter forever. Every word is meant to restore what was stolen, what was damaged, what was broken inside you. You have carried enough. You have cried enough. You have been strong for too long. Now let me, your God, carry you. My child, today is the day I end the plan your soulmate created. Today is the day I stop the legal trap. Today is the day I stop the legal trap. Today is the day I break every strategy formed behind your back. Nothing, and I say nothing, that was created to harm you will survive the fire of my justice. I have watched everything. I have seen every conversation they tried to hide. I have seen every message they deleted. I have seen every plan they whispered in secret. I have seen the lawyer they hired. I have seen the papers they prepared. I have seen the lies they were ready to tell. I have seen the trap they believed would ruin you. And now, my child, I have destroyed it all. My beloved one, I need you to understand something deeply. No weapon formed against you will ever prosper, because you are mine. You belong to my hands. You belong to my protection. You belong to my light. You belong to my destiny. I will never allow the enemy to win over your life, not through strangers, not through enemies, and certainly not through someone who once called themselves your soulmate. My child, some people are not your soulmate. They are your soul lesson. They enter, not to love you but to teach you who not to trust. They come, not to bless you, but to expose what still needs healing inside you. They pretend to care, only to test your discernment. And when they try to break you, that is when I step in. My child, the legal plan they created is falling apart as I speak. Not because of your strength, not because of your knowledge, not because of your effort, but because I am standing in front of you. I am blocking every attack. I am tearing every document. I am shutting every door they tried to open against you. I am confusing the lawyer they hired. I am removing the power behind their lies. My child, the trap they designed for you is the very trap where they will fall. This is my justice. This is my promise. This is my protection over you. My beloved child, let me tell you something even deeper. The reason their plan is failing is because your spirit woke up. You began listening to the signs. You began feeling me pull you away. You began understanding the truth behind their masks. You began noticing the distance, the lies, the sudden coldness. And when your spirit awakened, the enemy panicked. Because once you see the truth, you can never be controlled again. My child, you did not lose anyone worth keeping. You were saved from someone who was becoming a danger to your destiny. You were not abandoned. You were protected. You were not betrayed. You were redirected. I removed what was hurting you to make room for what will love you correctly. I closed this chapter so I can open the one you truly deserve. My child, I know you are hurting. I know you feel disappointed. I know you wanted loyalty, honesty, commitment. But what they were giving you was manipulation, deception, and hidden agendas. That is not love. That is not soulmate energy. That is spiritual darkness, wearing the mask of connection. And I could not allow my child to spend their destiny with someone who was secretly planning their downfall. So I exposed them. I uncovered their intentions. I revealed their hidden actions, not to hurt you, but to free you. My child, the love you desired was right, but the person was wrong. Your heart is pure. Your intentions are pure. Your love is sincere. Your loyalty is rare. And someone like you deserves someone who will cherish you, not someone who will try to steal from you, hurt you, trap you, or break you spiritually. I am preparing someone new for you, someone who will love you without games, someone who will protect you, not plot against you, someone whose love will not come with conditions or hidden motives, someone whose heart I myself have prepared for you. But before you meet this blessing, I must heal every wound inside you. I must remove every lie you were told. I must erase every scar left by betrayal. I must rebuild your confidence, your strength, your clarity. I must return you to yourself. My beloved child, listen carefully. Everything that was stolen from you energetically, emotionally, spiritually, I am returning it. Your peace is coming back. Your strength is coming back. Your confidence is coming back. Your clarity is coming back. Your joy is coming back. Your power is coming back. You will not walk in fear. You will not walk in confusion. The pain you have carried for so long is not meant to define the rest of your life. Even after experiencing disappointment, emotional betrayal, confusion, and moments where trust felt shattered, your story is still moving toward healing rather than defeat. There may have been times when you felt emotionally attacked, manipulated, or deeply hurt by someone you once believed would protect your heart instead of adding to its wounds. You may have sensed dishonesty, hidden intentions, or actions that made you question the safety of the connection itself. But no matter how painful those experiences became, they did not destroy your strength, your value, or your ability to move forward into something healthier. The truth that is surfacing now is not arriving to trap you in anger or fear. It is arriving to release you from the emotional hold that confusion and betrayal once had over your life. Sometimes people try to maintain control through silence, deception, or emotional inconsistency, believing their actions will remain hidden forever. Yet eventually, honesty rises to the surface, and what was hidden loses its power. You no longer need to carry the burden of proving your worth to someone who could not fully honor it. A new chapter is opening for you now, one rooted in peace, emotional stability, honesty, and deeper self-respect. This next season of your life is not meant to revolve around manipulation, fear, or constant emotional uncertainty. It is meant to help you rebuild trust in yourself, reconnect with your inner peace, and welcome relationships that bring sincerity instead of confusion. The experiences that once hurt you are becoming lessons that strengthen your wisdom rather than chains that hold you back. Slowly, you are stepping into a future where your heart no longer lives in survival mode, but in a space where healing, genuine love, emotional safety, and quiet happiness can finally grow without fear standing in the way. Your life will begin in divine justice. I am with you. I have always been with you, and I will never leave you. Go in peace now, my child. Your story is protected by my hands, and your future is brighter than anything they tried to take from you. My child, come sit with me one last time. Let your heart be still. Let your breath settle. Let the weight on your shoulders fall away. You have walked through a storm that should have broken you. You have carried pain that should have crushed you. You have survived betrayal that would have destroyed another soul. But you are here. You are breathing. You are standing. And now, I, your God, am about to lift you into the greatest season of your life, my child. Before I open this next door for you, I want to speak truth into you. Truth that heals. Truth that frees. Truth that breaks every lie the enemy whispered into your mind. You were not weak. You were loving. You were not foolish. You were trusting. You were not blind. You were loyal. You were not gullible. You had a pure heart. You were not abandoned. You were protected by me. And you were not betrayed because something was wrong with you. You were betrayed because your light is too bright for dark hearts. My child, the one who plotted against you, the one who hired a lawyer to take from you, the one who pretended to love while planning to break you. They were already losing their connection to me long before they lost you. They were spiritually falling. They were emotionally cold. They were mentally confused. They were being influenced by darkness. And you were rising. You were growing. You were awakening. You were stepping into a higher spiritual realm. And when light rises, darkness panics. Darkness attacks, darkness plots, darkness pretends, darkness tries to hold you back. But my child, darkness cannot defeat what I have chosen. My child, you must know this. Their plan did not fail because they changed their mind. It did not fail because they felt guilt. It did not fail because someone warned them. It failed because I stood over you. I blocked their steps. I confused their mind. I made their lawyer doubt them. I made their documents incomplete. I made their lies collapse on their own tongue. I made their strategy powerless. This was not luck. This was my protection. My child, I know you feel the wounds inside you, the shock, the disbelief, the betrayal, the heartache, the confusion, the exhaustion. You wonder why someone you loved could plan something so cruel. You wonder how long they were lying. You wonder why they chose this path. You wonder what you did to deserve that kind of treatment. You wonder why your heart was not enough for them. My child, you did nothing wrong. Nothing. Their betrayal was a reflection of their soul, not a reflection of your worth. My child, I am cleansing your spirit now. Every wound, every memory, every anxiety, every fear, every disappointment, every scar they left behind. I am touching the part of you that cried silently, the part of you that broke quietly, the part of you that carried pain without telling anyone, the part of you that fought battles in the dark. I am healing you from the inside. I am healing your mind. I am healing your emotions. I am healing your heart. I am healing your spirit. Healing is happening even as you read my words. My beloved child, this final part is not about them anymore. This is about you, your future, your destiny, your joy, your peace, your new chapter. You have cried enough. You have suffered enough. You have been betrayed enough. You have been tested enough. You have been patient enough. Now it is time for me to give you the life you deserve. My child, I am opening new doors for you. Doors that no enemy can close. Doors that no betrayal can block. Doors that no darkness can touch. Doors that no trap can stop. You are entering a season where blessings will chase you, where people will respect you, where love will surround you, where peace will follow you, where abundance will find you. Everything that was taken is coming back. Everything that was delayed is being restored. Everything that was broken is being rebuilt. A brighter chapter is slowly unfolding in your life. One where the heaviness of past disappointments no longer controls your future. The people who brought confusion, emotional exhaustion, or dishonesty into your world are teaching you what you should never have to accept again. In their place, healthier and more genuine connections are beginning to find their way toward you. These are the kinds of people who communicate honestly, respect your boundaries, encourage your growth, and bring peace instead of uncertainty. Real relationships are not meant to leave you constantly questioning your value or fighting for basic emotional security. They are meant to feel supportive, balanced, and sincere. For a long time, you may have wondered whether lasting love and genuine loyalty truly existed for you. After experiencing heartbreak or emotional disappointment, it becomes easy to fear that every future connection will repeat the same painful patterns. But your story is not ending in betrayal or loneliness. The experiences that hurt you are shaping your wisdom, strengthening your boundaries, and preparing you to recognize healthier love when it arrives. Someone will enter your life who values honesty over games, consistency over confusion, and partnership over emotional control. This person will not make you feel like affection must be earned through suffering or sacrifice. They will appreciate your heart openly, stand beside you during difficult moments, and build trust through actions instead of promises alone. The connection ahead of you is not meant to break your spirit or leave you emotionally drained. It is meant to help you heal, grow, and finally experience what it feels like to be chosen with sincerity and care. Your future relationships can become spaces where peace, respect, emotional safety, and mutual effort exist naturally, allowing your heart to open again without constantly fearing disappointment or betrayal. My child, I am also preparing financial blessings for you. I am increasing your stability. I am opening income doors. I am removing financial stress. I am making your life lighter. I am securing your path. Where there was lack, there will now be abundance. Where there was fear, there will now be confidence. Where there was anxiety, there will now be certainty. Where there was confusion, there will now be clarity. Where there was loss, there will now be restoration. My child, I am giving you spiritual strength, a stronger intuition, a sharper mind, a wiser heart, a deeper awareness. You will never be fooled like this again. You will never be blinded by fake love again. You will never ignore red flags again. You will never forget your worth again. You will never trust the wrong soul again. You are rising into a higher version of yourself, a version they could not destroy, a version they could not stop, a version they could not predict. This is your spiritual awakening. My child, I want you to release the pain now. Release the anger. Release the fear. Release the shame. Release the guilt. Release the sadness. Release the disappointment. None of it belongs to you anymore. I am taking it from you. Give it to me. Let me carry it. Your heart has carried enough. Your spirit has carried enough. Your mind has carried enough. Now let me carry you. My beloved child, I bless your path. I bless your soul. I bless your future. I bless your home. I bless your relationships. I bless your finances. I bless your destiny. I place angels around you now. Angels of protection. Angels of healing. Angels of guidance. Angels of breakthrough. Angels of restoration. No curse will touch you. No betrayal will touch you. No hidden plan will touch you. No weapon formed against you will succeed. No darkness will enter your life again. My child, you are stepping into a new life, a blessed life, a peaceful life, a life filled with miracles, a life filled with abundance, a life filled with divine protection. This is your new beginning. This is your divine chapter. This is your spiritual rise. This is your breakthrough moment. You survived what was designed to destroy you. Now you shall receive what is designed to bless you. My child, take my hand. Walk forward with me. Do not look back. Do not reopen old doors. Do not chase what I removed. Do not fear what ended. Your past chapter is finished. Your new chapter is blessed. Your future is safe in my hands. I am with you. I am guiding you. I am lifting you. I am protecting you. I am blessing you. And my child, I will never leave you. Your suffering ends today. Your blessings begin now. My child, come close to me one more time. Let this moment settle in your heart. Let my presence surround you like light. Let your soul rest in my hands. You have walked through a long journey. You have survived pain few people could understand. You have cried tears that were invisible to the world, but they were never invisible to me. I saw every tear. I felt every ache. I held every piece of your heart when it was breaking. And now, my child, I am giving you something new, something soft, something peaceful, something made only for you. You have allowed me to close the wrong doors. You have allowed me to protect you from the wrong soul. You have allowed me to expose what was hidden. And because of that, I am opening a new chapter that no enemy can touch. My child, you are not entering a season of survival anymore. You are entering a season of restoration, a season where your mind is calm, a season where your heart is safe, a season where your spirit is strong, a season where blessings flow easily toward you. You will not chase love anymore. You will not beg for respect anymore. You will not shrink yourself for anyone anymore. The season ahead of you carries a different energy, one that no longer feels weighed down by confusion, emotional exhaustion, or constant uncertainty. The love and connections entering your life now are meant to honor your heart instead of testing its limits. You are moving toward people who appreciate honesty, loyalty, emotional maturity, and genuine care. People who value your presence rather than take it for granted. The heaviness created by past disappointments is slowly lifting, making room for a future that feels calmer, safer, and far more aligned with the peace you have been searching for. Some endings felt painful because you believed certain people would remain part of your life forever, but not everyone who walks beside you for a season is meant to continue into your future. Certain relationships had to end because they could not carry the growth, healing, and emotional stability your life now requires. Letting go of what no longer aligns with your well-being is not failure. It is part of becoming stronger and more self-aware. Your spirit deserves environments where trust can grow naturally, where communication feels open instead of confusing, and where love is expressed through consistency rather than empty promises. As you move forward, you will notice yourself feeling lighter emotionally because you are no longer carrying connections built on uncertainty or emotional imbalance. Hope will slowly replace fear again. You will smile without forcing it, trust without constantly preparing for betrayal, and open your heart without feeling the need to guard every emotion. The future ahead is not asking you to relive old pain. It is inviting you into a healthier chapter filled with emotional clarity, supportive relationships, genuine affection, and the kind of peace that allows your heart to finally rest instead of constantly surviving. What is meant for you now will add strength, stability, and healing to your life, rather than taking those things away.